sports fans, I'm Jean Cantero, and welcome to this edition of the Cavalier Sports Report. Joining me today is the interim head coach for the JCCC men's basketball team, Ryan Morley. Hey Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm great, how about you?
Doing great. Well, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure.
Now, unfortunately, head coach Mike Jeffers is taking a leave of absence for a few months. How do you feel about taking on the responsibilities of head coach for the beginning of the season?
You know, it's going to be a little different. I have stepped in before. He's had a few leaves with family issues, but, you know, I've done it a few times, not for a long period of time, but I think I'm up to the challenge.
And is it correct that you're going to be head coach for, till January? Is that the estimated time?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're planning on right now.
Okay. Now, what type of head coach do you plan on being? Do you plan on being, head coach that wants a team to play very strong defense at all times, or a team that focuses more on the offense and taking, the big shots from the three-point line?
I'm a big defensive person, really intense. We work really hard, a lot of time on our defense. You know, we've got skilled players to where offense will come, but I think defense is where it starts. Okay.
Now, the season will tip off in a few days on Halloween night. Do you believe the team will have a better season this year compared to last year?
Oh, God, I hope we do.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long year last year, and we added a lot of talent this year.
Yeah.
And they know about last year, and they know the expectations that myself and Coach Jeffers have for them.
Now, you mentioned the brand new team, a few sophomores returning, a few new players like every year. How does the team break down this year? Are there players with a few college experiences, or are there completely new players from high school?
We're bringing in a lot of guys that aren't very experienced right now. We've got a couple that played a lot last year. We were down to 7 at the end of the year last year, so unfortunately and fortunately for them, they had to play a lot.
Right, yeah.
And but we got a really athletic team. We're a little undersized, but we're athletic, we're quick. So I think, like I talked about defensively, it's our advantage.
Yeah, perfect. Great to have a team that's athletic and quick. That's
yeah.
helpful. And plus, those sophomores, leaders, they'll be great to lead on the whole team as well. Now, how much does a team practice? I've heard basketball teams practice a lot and especially run a lot as well.
Well, it depends how good they are that day.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it could be a short practice or it could be a really long practice. My coaching style is I want to get things perfect. I want to be happy at the end of the practice.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk out frustrated because we couldn't figure it out. So if that takes 2 to 3 hours, then that's what it is.
Right.
2 is usually kind of our time slot.
Okay. Now, as you mentioned, last year was not the best year for the team. What is the one main thing you think the team has to improve on for this year, to be a lot better and do better than the 10-21 record they had last year?
First of all, our returners got to get past that mindset. Forget about what happened last year. We got a whole new group of guys, and so I think they're all focused on. We've talked about it. We set goals. We want to win, 20-plus games, and it's just a team effort to where if we have an ultimate goal, then we're talented enough right now where we could reach it.
Well, that's great. Now, regular season tips off on Halloween, but tonight you have a scrimmage against Baker University. Is the team approaching this game as if it were a regular season game?
Definitely. We've had some scrimmages, and we wore our practice gear and stuff like that. It's typical for our jamborees. This year we're going down Baker. We're breaking out the uniforms. We're treating it. When it's not just for the players. It's for me, our assistant, Coach Jeffers. We got to make the adjustments just like them.
Are the team, are they nervous at all about facing the university and we're a community college here?
It's going to be a different feel because we're going against older guys, more experienced. They've been there, done that. There's junior college transfers they have, and it's going to be different than what we played.
Right. Okay. Now, in the past few years, you've been assistant coach to the team. What were your main responsibilities as an assistant coach, during practices, and then an assistant coach during the games on the sideline?
Assistant coach, a lot of recruiting on the road.
Yeah.
As far as practice, come up practice plan with Coach Jeffers. That's what we did. Worked on that together.
Right.
And then he'd be the teacher, the head coach, usual head coach duties, and then I would step in when I'm needed. So we made a good team.
Okay. Now, I hear that you come from a very basketball family. Can you tell me more about, how your family's involved with basketball in general?
Oh, man. Everybody in my family's been played college basketball or associated with it. My dad played and coached for 20 years. I got an older brother that played, and I got two younger brothers, the one right below me, played at Wisconsin, and he's been playing overseas for 7, 8 years.
Okay. Now, what about you? What did you do for college and things like that?
I played at Northwest Missouri State, so I played for a really good coach, and that's kind of where my defensive-minded mentality comes in, because that's where I grew up. That's how I was developed as a player in college.
Okay. Not bad. Now, you've played college basketball. Guys here play college basketball. How do you keep your morale, your intensity, your energy up throughout the long season of traveling, games, and school on top of that as well?
Oh, it's definitely difficult. I mean, it's a grind.
Right.
We tell our guys, embrace the grind. It's a process. We're not going to be perfect right now. And the goal is to build up to where we're playing the best basketball at the end of the year.
All right, sounds great. Well, Coach, best of luck to you this season. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.
And make sure to go catch the entire men's basketball team this year. And that's all for this edition of the Cavalier Sports Report. I'm Jean Cantero. We'll see you next time, Cavalier fans.